Hey there, you're watching Go on Shaw TV, coming to you today from the Rotary Arts District. Well, hello there. You are watching Go on Shaw TV. It is a beautiful day in the Alberni Valley, and we are here in the Rotary Arts District. I'm here with Pam Craig because it is that time of year again. It's banner time. Pam, this is such a huge part of what the Rotary does here.
It is, and we're so excited once again to be a part of this. Our Aerosmith Rotary has been doing this for a number of years now, facilitating the banner painting to brighten and lighten up Argyle Street.
And I am sure there is nobody who has lived in Port Alberni, driven through Port Alberni, who doesn't know about the banner project, because these are hand-painted banners done by citizens of the Alberni Valley, and they just beautify the whole area. It's become a thing.
It certainly has. And families come back year after year with brand new designs. It just is unbelievable how creative people can be and make the changes each year. So every year is so unique.
It's so unique, and they're really well planned out. You'll see banners in front of different facilities that kind of reflect what's going on in there, because members of Portal Players in the past have come out and done something to reflect what they do, or Shaw's Landing, or the different places around town. And you've painted a few yourself.
I certainly have. My granddaughter and I have had a wonderful time painting banners, and she's away this year, but I'll be at it again.
Now, it's hard to imagine how much fun it is, how much ownership people take. I know your granddaughter has always looked for her banner.
Yes, for sure, and we've got pictures and pictures and pictures, and she of course has them saved in her hope chest. So where that'll end up at 15, I'm sure she's planning college. They might be on her college walls.
You know what? That's a darn good idea. They would make very good dorm wall decoration. Now, we're going to be back in just a few minutes and tell you how you and your family can get involved in this, paint your own banner, come up with your own design. But before we do that, we're going to head over to the North Island College campus, where Jenny Fortin meets up with a couple of students there.
Every college student knows how stressful things can get at the end of a semester. Final reports need to be submitted, final evaluations are just around the corner, and before you know it, final exams hit. But as I look into this classroom, these students don't look stressed out at all.
No, we're just getting prepared for lab evaluations. We just need time to practice in here and get all our stuff together, get organized, and practice lots.
You know my baseline.
In fact, as I take a look around, this doesn't even look like your typical classroom.
Yeah, well, we have 2 days a week that we're in here doing like hands-on skills. Like we do theory in the morning, and then we come in here, split into 2 groups, and practice the skills that we learned.
It's fantastic because I'm a very hands-on learner, so being able to actually give a doll a needle or actually give a blood glucose test helps me so much.
That's right. This is the practical nursing classroom at the North Island College campus, a place where students learn in a hands-on environment.
Well, we teach them really how to be part of the multidisciplinary team, lots of skills that they will need in their careers, and really try and help them become the best nurse they can be.
We've learned how to administer medications, and we've learned how to just do the basics like blood pressure and all the vitals, and just learning how to take care of the patients one-on-one.
We're getting into giving oral meds and starting to learn like subcutaneous injections and butterfly injections. That's coming up, so that's really exciting.
We're in here 2 days a week in the lab, just working through all the skills. We're applying everything that we've learned in theory to the real world.
And common knowledge tells me that it takes a certain type of person to be a successful nurse.
You can pretty much tell right off the get-go if they have the caring and the attitude that's necessary, that they're open to learning and open, because this is a lifelong learning to be a nurse, and you just have to be prepared that that's what it's going to take.
Personally, I wanted to do it because I always wanted a job where I could travel and help people at the same time, and through nursing I can do that. I can go anywhere in the world. Everybody needs help at some point, and so that's what drew me to it, and I've always really loved helping people, and I actually really like the leadership part of nursing. Like, you really need to be able to delegate to the people around you, and you need to have collaboration and teamwork, and you need to be able to be fair, to be honest, to stand up for your patients. So that's something too that really, really drew me to it.
The practical nursing program at North Island College is proud to not only help launch students into a promising career, but they're also proud that their practical nursing program has just received a 5-year accreditation.
Yeah, we actually had an accreditation done, and that's from CLPNBC, which is the College of Practical Nurses of BC. And so we actually are very proud that we were qualified for 5 years with no improvements necessary, except the improvements that we're doing ourselves. And so that was very exciting, and that was for both our campuses in Campbell River and the one here in Port Alberni.
Rest assured that when final exams come for these students, they'll be well prepared. For Go, on Shaw TV, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Port Alberni has some amazing waterfront. It is, after all, a port city, and it's built up from its harbor. You head this way down the saltwater inlet, and you're in the Broken Group and a pristine entrance to the Pacific Ocean. You head this way, and you're on some of the finest salmon-bearing streams on Vancouver Island. So it only makes sense that Port Alberni would have an aquarium. Well, guess what? They finally do. The West Coast Aquatic Stewardship Center and Aquarium is a facility with a mission, not just to introduce visitors to the wonders of the undersea world, but also to get them outside, discovering those same wonders for themselves in the wild.
What we've tried to do here is create an ecosystem-based aquarium that talks about all the different ecosystems and then connect people to where they can find that in real life. So if somebody comes here and they take a look at our freshwater tank, they can head straight out to Stamp Falls and see adult salmon returning in the wild, or they can go to McLean Mill Hatchery and see smolts being released for the springtime.
But it's not just about salmon. This center has saltwater tanks, freshwater tanks, even touch tanks, all designed to give visitors a glimpse below the water's surface.
When you go out onto the ocean, you never really get to see below the surface. And so this is your chance to feed the anemones. You can touch a starfish. Our theme is actually Touch the Stars at the Alberni Aquarium. And you can learn about hermit crabs, and you can be very close and personal with all these creatures that have a high tolerance for human interaction.
Up close and personal really does mean getting your hands wet, giving visitors, especially the youngest ones, an experience that they're going to remember.
Just to see the look on their faces and them connect with the fish and yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool for sure.
Pretty cool, and an educational experience that pretty much sums up the purpose of this center.
West Coast Aquatic Stewardship Association mandate is habitat restoration, species enhancement, education, and stewardship. So all our activities have led us to developing a center where people can learn about what we do, experience it for themselves, get to interact with creatures in a hands-on and interactive way, and then take that learning out into the community.
The sea cucumbers are so neat, hey?
Yeah, I thought they were greenish.
The goals are certainly lofty for this niche facility, but by partnering with the Vancouver and Ucluelet aquariums, they have a ton of experience to draw on.
The thing with pocket aquariums is they have many different levels of interpretation, so there's all sorts of different things that people can get from it. This is your chance to look below the surface of what's happening and take it to a deeper level.
A deeper level, an underwater level of understanding about Vancouver Island's marine ecosystems. All this while having fun. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot. Okay. I know I've been talking about the new aquarium for a couple of weeks, but it is just so cool. You really do have to stop in, see it for yourself. It's going to be one of the must-see attractions in the Alberni Valley for visitors and residents alike. Now, we're also here at the Rotary Arts District talking about another must-see attraction, the banners that are going to fill these poles, just like the one behind me, which are now empty. It's the Banner Project, the Rotary Arts District Banner Project, and Pam Craig. People need to register early, don't they?
Yes, please get your registrations in and save the dates. This year there's 3 days, May 27th, 28th, and 29th. On the 27th, which is the Friday, we'll be there starting right at 12 noon. Saturday and Sunday we start at 9 a.m. And it's a new location as well at Glenwood Center Sports Center this year. So keep those things in mind when you register.
So what this means is that you register, you pick up your form, you drop it off, and then there's 3 days to paint your banner. You don't just go home and paint a banner and bring it in.
Oh no, you need to do it on site. All the paint supplies are there, the brushes, the cleaning up materials, and the banners, and they're on a stand, so it's easy to do. And then you allow it to dry. But there's things to remember, to allow at least 5 hours to make sure you get your design on there. Keep your design simple so that you can cover the space. Every inch of the banner needs to be covered, both front and back, so that when they're up on the light standards, they can see from both sides.
Yeah, and that is so important. They're just gorgeous when the light shines through them. And you talk about the design. When people do the registration, they need to do a sketch of the design?
Yes, we ask you to do a bit of a sketch so that if there's any issue with that, we can advise you to make little adjustments and changes. But you have the freedom to make your own design, and then we take a quick look at them and advise you and go on from there.
Wow, it's just an amazing project. We're talking about an art project, so of course Melissa Martin of the Roland Arts Centre is all over it, and she's going to take us by the hand right now and lead us down Art Avenue.
Welcome back to another edition of Art Avenue. Get right into letting you know what's happening at the Roland Arts Centre. Our current exhibit is Coastal Creations, and that's a trio. So mark your calendars, and that goes until May 27th. You'll want to stop in and see all these wonderful pieces of artwork. 3 different types, so I won't give it away, so stop by the gallery today. And our 12th annual giant book sale is coming up, fast approaching us. That begins on Friday, May 13th from 6 until 8 p.m. at Echo Centre and goes on Saturday until from 9 until 3, and that's May 14th. Days with the Arts is also filling up, so if you're interested in having a table at the Roland Arts Centre for the Solstice Arts Festival, please stop in and get your applications. And that leads me into the Solstice Arts Festival. Tickets are now available at the Roland Arts Centre and at Shars Landing. Portal Players presents Someone to Watch Over Me, and that takes place at the Capitol Theatre until May 14th. So if you're interested in tickets for that, stop by the Roland Arts Centre or their box office. Also too, the Mount Arrowsmith Rotary Club is having their 2016 banner project taking place now. This year it's a 3-day event, so certainly remember that, because in past times it's been 4. It begins May 27th, 28th, and 29th, and that happens this year at the Glenwood Centre. So if you're interested in making Port Alberni beautiful with their lovely banners, stop by the Roland Arts Centre for your application today. And here's what's happening at Shars Landing. On Tuesday, May 10th is the Lion, Bear, Fox, and Saturday, May 14th is Doug Koyoma, I hope I said that right, and Aaron Goodwin, and that's an improvised a cappella, acoustic, blues, and roots, and a little bit of experimental. So if you're interested in any of those concerts, please stop by Shars Landing for your advance tickets today. Well, that's it for another edition of Art Avenue, but a couple of reminders before I go. The Teas on the Terrace are taking place July and August at the Roland Arts Centre, but only 4 this summer, so hurry up and get your tickets today. If you buy all 4 tickets, you do get a bit of a saving, so stop by the Roland Arts Centre. And also too, our annual book sale is taking place on Friday, May 13th at Echo Community Centre. So certainly stop in at 6 p.m. and queue up for getting all your wonderful books. So until next time, I'm Melissa Martin for Art Avenue.
Some might call it simplistic, and some might think of it as caveman art. Others remember it as part of their childhood. And then there's this bunch that dove right in, fingers first.
Everybody should finger paint. It's actually really cool to feel the paint on your fingers. It's you're more connected to it than when you're using a brush.
Yeah, you can go on and on. You can use different types of paint. You can do different things with it. I mean, it's experimental.
I don't remember finger painting as a child, but probably don't remember past, back that many years.
There's nothing quite like a relaxing afternoon of finger painting. But believe it or not, these ladies are actually artists. No, not finger painting artists. Each of them prefers to specialize in completely different mediums.
I think everybody has the ability to express themselves artistically, musically, or with paints, or dance, or video, or anything like that.
Linda's a painter. Sandy is making these amazing masks with leather. And I just love photography, love getting out in nature.
It gives me such joy. And it just brings things from the recesses of your mind into your fingertips. Whether it's finger painting or painting with a brush or drawing with a pencil, taking a picture, building beautiful masks like Sandy does.
Even the simplest form of art is expression. And expressing themselves artistically is what is bringing this trio together.
We often say that if you don't have enough and you would love to have an art exhibit, this is the way to go, to sort of share or have a group exhibit at the Roland Art Centre. And this is one of them. They happen to be all friends, which is great, but they all work together. And I think that's the beauty of having a trio.
That's right. The current exhibit at the Roland Art Centre features a diverse collection of art called Coastal Creations.
Everybody's a different genre. Everybody's got a real different flavor to their work, but it's all comes from a place of joy.
It's a very diverse show, but very unique in the sense that there's 3 individual artists, but they come together and it works. I think actually collectively it's a very strong exhibit.
And who knows, after the success of this current exhibit, a finger painting show might just be next for this trio.
You may not think you're as good at it as other people kind of think you are. They look at it and go, wow, that's really cool. So I'm pretty proud of my tree that I finger painted.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Jenny Fortin.
Now you've got to admit, these polls look pretty barren without banners. We're going to be back in just a few more minutes, tell you a little bit more information about registering so you can fill up the banner polls. But before we do that, we're going to take a bit of a break, so please stay with us. Well, welcome back. You are still watching Go on Shaw TV. We are still talking about the Rotary Banner Project, the banners that are being painted by citizens just like you, people who want to make their mark on the city, brighten up the Rotary Arts District. Where do people pick up the registration forms?
Well, the registrations are available now at the Roland Arts Centre, and the Roland Arts Centre is open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 till 4. And you can drop by, pick up your registration form, fill it out, sketch out your design, and return it there.
And you say sketch it out. This can be a fairly rough sketch?
Absolutely, very, very rough. Just to give us an idea if you need any pointers so that we can just review them and move on.
Move on. And I think the Rotary Arts Centre, which of course is the Community Arts Council, it's one of your partners in this.
Yes, the Community Arts Council, as well as the City of Port Alberni Parks, Recreation and Heritage, and the Rotary Arts District is sponsored by Aerosmith Rotary.
Beautiful. Give me those dates one more time for painting.
May 27, 28, and 29.
Beautiful. So pick up your registration, make sure you have it filled out, and turn back in plenty of time before the 27th, 28th, and 29th. And you too could be brightening up the polls of the Rotary Arts District. Now, we're coming close to the end of our show, but before we say goodbye, we're going to talk to one of the most committed and dedicated instructors at North Island College.
Yeah, an apostrophe. Yeah. So
Teachers have a tough job. They're part public speaker, part entertainer, and more than anything else, enough of an expert in their field that they have genuine knowledge to share with their students. Add boundless enthusiasm to the mix, and you've pretty much described Port Alberni's Sandy Faust.
I love it. I do.
I get to spend the whole day working with people who are interested in growth and change, and I don't know, they come in one way and by the end of the day they're different already.
What do you think? Well, if they're changed, it's due in no small part to Sandy herself. A dynamic teacher who is passionate about her work, she teaches ABE, or Adult Basic Education, at Vancouver Island's North Island College.
Sandy is an infectious, enthusiastic instructor. She supports students in meeting their upgrading academic requirements, anything from English, all the way from a fundamental or pre-grade 10 level, all the way to post-secondary education.
Sandy works with adults who want to upgrade their skills, as well as new Canadians who are struggling with language. Today, she's working off campus at Literacy Alberni.
We have an agreement with the society there, and so Sandy brings herself to Literacy Alberni Society, so she's not just committed to the campus, she's committed to the entire community.
Nita, in a simple sentence, there's only one subject and one predicate.
Oh, Nita, fantastic.
It's clear that Sandy's students are enjoying themselves. They've prepared for this class as if it were a social gathering, a gathering where they build and polish their language skills. And it's because of this ease of learning, of Sandy's approach to teaching, that she has been presented with an International Award for Excellence by NISOD, the National Institute for Staff and Organizational Development in Austin, Texas, singling out this Vancouver Island instructor for one of its highest honors.
Yes, I was surprised because we're always just busy getting stuff done. And we don't think too much about what's happening in the rest of the world, or, you know, we care so much about our classrooms that we're not really thinking much about much else.
We're very proud of Sandy and her accomplishments and her receiving this award. NIC prides itself in being a responsive, inclusive, and open institution, and Sandy embodies those traits there. And I'm obviously biased, but I strongly believe that Port Alberni should be very proud of Sandy Faust.
Oh, that's so kind of him. Well, I'm proud to be in the Alberni Valley and do the work here. This valley is so connected to education and learning and development and growth. It's happening everywhere in this valley, so it's a perfect fit.
A perfect fit for the community, the college, and the teacher whose passion and genuine love for her work changes the lives of the students she instructs. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Nancy Wilmot.
Yeah, you can't get anything past her, can you? Okay, now are we happy?
We're here on location at the Bob Daly Track by the Bob Daly Stadium, where Dr. Darrell Lund is supposed to meet me. Here he is. I'm not out for a run. Come on, I'm waiting for you.
Oh, hi.
Hi. We're here because there is an event coming up. What is it?
Walk with your dog.
Okay, but you were running. This isn't really a running event. This really is a walking event.
Well, I got my practice tuned up this year. Most of them are running now. Even the ones with canes and walkers have picked up the pace a bit.
Wow. And you know what? That talks about what a success this event is, because Walk with Your Dog has been happening across Canada, but especially here it promotes fitness.
Yeah, it's been really successful here in the valley since we've started doing it. This will be our 6th year, and every year we've had the largest crowd in the province, and really it's become a template for other people wanting to get a good, successful walk going.
So what happens? Is it just people walking, or is there other stuff going on?
Oh, well, there's lots of going on. It started with a walk. But we got the Integrated Health Network involved and Parks and Rec involved, and we've made it into a little bit of a recreational expose. And we've invited all of the activity groups that are in the valley to participate, and they do demos and they give people information. So it really brings people together with the activities, and if they see something they like, they can check it out and get the information right away. It seems to be working, and it's expanding.
And when is it happening?
It's happening May 12th at Bob Daly Stadium here from 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock in the evening.
What's the charge?
Nothing.
Totally free?
Free. In fact, there's no money exchanged anywhere, so everyone's welcome. We like you to sign up just for so we know how many people we can expect, but you can just show up, bring a friend, bring a family member, whatever you like.
There you have it. Free event, May the 12th, right here, Bob Daly Stadium. Walk with your dog. You don't have to bring him. He's already going to be here. Well, that does bring us to the end of the Banner Project edition of Go on Shaw TV. Make sure you do stop in the Roland Arts Centre, pick up your registration form, join in this celebration of art and color that takes place on Argyle Street every summer. The great event, great to just be able to drive down the street and see your artwork beautifying our fine city. Now, until we meet again, be good to each other.